I think this is my last Resident Evil 4 remake video. I'm going to be a little sentimental because I briefly touched on this in my first video. But when I think about my life, I think about, funnily enough, the games I've played at that time in my life. Like if you ask me, what were you doing fall 2021 or spring 2023? Like I could tell you, I could try to think back and be like, what games came out? And then once I think about the games I was playing, I could say, oh, I could tell you about the job I was working. I could tell you about the friends I had. It's weird how my brain works. I think because I've been playing games since I was a kid. When Resident Evil 4 came out, I briefly touched on this. Resident Evil 4 Remake. I was in a relationship that meant a lot to me. It still does when I think back to it. I'm no longer with this girl. But it was a really heavy-duty, intense relationship. And I don't like getting too personal on these videos. But I've never felt that way up until that point in my life. It was one of those relationships where we both thought like that was it. It was wraps. It was over. And it didn't end up being, end game, and that's okay. That happens. We were young. We were like 19 and 20. But when this game came out, I remember I was so looking forward to it because I had to wait for my girlfriend at the time to come back. She was in another country. We were doing long distance. And it was so hard because we were so young. And I had so many people questioning me, being like, are you sure this is the right thing to do? In the moment, though, there was no doubt in my mind. And I still don't regret doing that. Even though it didn't work out, I don't regret it at all. And this game helped me so much because whenever I missed her, I would numb myself by playing this. And I remember the morning she came back, I woke up at like 5 a.m. And I played this game until she came to see me. And it was like Christmas. And those couple months and that entire relationship were some of the best moments of my life. And those couple months I waited for her and she waited for me were really hard, but this game made it so much easier. So it's bittersweet because I'm no longer with her. But when I think about this game, when I played this game, it's like I'm taken back to that time, So it is very bittersweet, but I think it's also beautiful that I think about that stuff. When this game came out, when I played this game, I was very different to how I am now. When I was in that relationship, I was very different than how I am now. I'm a lot more jaded. I'm a lot more of an adult. You could argue that last part, but when I think about Resident Evil 4 Remake, I think about the time in my life where I felt simultaneously the most innocent and the most happy I've ever felt. Even though what was going on was hard, it was comforting. And I can say that now, even though I've been with and dated other women. Like, you can still look back on situations like that and learn. And it sounds so crazy to say because this is just a stupid video game. But it's really kind of like the landmark for that time. This video is already so long, but that's how I feel. And I'm glad I can look back on that time. A time that for a while challenged me mentally and emotionally. And now when I look back on it, I think about this game, but I think and I remember only the good stuff. And I think that's beautiful. So, thank you, Resident Evil 4.